Welcome, everyone, to Rice-Eccles Stadium and one of the most intimidating environments in all of college football, mostly because the Utah Utes are always a handful. We've got a top 25 matchup on hand, two of the premier teams in the land looking to make a statement that will resonate. As we'll see a team coming off a crucial bye week, the Arizona Wildcats, taking on the 8th-ranked team in the land, the Utah Utes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Arizona will boot it away to start this one. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. First down for the offense. Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Dropping back, it's Rising. Buys a little extra time. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds.
We were talking to the defensive coaching staff coming into this game tonight, and they said we really feel good about our pass rush. We feel like we've got guys up front that can win one-on-one. We've got to let these guys hunt. We've got to let them eat, and they're doing it on the first play of the game, getting a sack.
Looking to pass on second down. Fires to the middle. And that ball is picked off. He didn't get a lot on the return, but man, did he set his offense up at the 30.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
He'll come out throwing on first down. Makes the grab. Touchdown, Wildcats. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Open a drive like that, it opens a world of possibilities. First down from the 43. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Fires into traffic, intercepted. Not a lot on the return, but they can live with that as they've got it at the 49.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Arizona sending the offense onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Wonder if they'll throw it again after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 49. They'll give it to the back. Just a 1-yard gain leaves him with 3rd and 9. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Smashes through. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And how about this confidence in their field goal kicker? They're going to pat him on the butt and say, go, give us 3, big fella. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Arizona.
And this is some kind of belief in your kicker. They are sending him out there to try to get 3 from way downtown. And the try is no good. Penalty marker on the field, and the kicker's going to get another go at it, this time a little closer. The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. The give to the left. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking to throw, it's Fafita. Finds his big tight end. And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient, most of the time, that drag route's going to come over.
They get him stopped at the 2, but it'll be 1st and goal.
And listen, I know he just got rocked, but he held onto the football and got the first down. So when he can get up, when he has the strength to get back up, nothing to be worried about. Nice play, nice catch. Don't worry about that big stick. I got the first down. Signal that thing for me and celebrate.
A first down run in the red zone. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of bounce, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
They're bringing heat. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Wildcats! Well, that didn't necessarily go as planned, but it was most effective in the end.
I love it, Reese. Down in the red zone, this quarterback didn't have anybody open. Didn't panic. He just decided, man, I'm going to go do this myself. I'm going to use my wheels and put up 6 on the board. He did just that.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
On target over the middle. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
To the ground with the back. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10, and
He's brought down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
And the Utes have it with a 1st and 10. To the ground. He's got it again. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on 1st down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
That's an example of the offensive coordinator trying to be aggressive and trying to take a shot. Now, the offense isn't able to click on that play, but moving ahead in the second half, it's important they continue to dial up these big plays. You want to stay aggressive, and you want to keep testing this second half.
Couldn't make the play on 1st down. They'll try it again. 2nd and 10 from the 27. This is a designed run. And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Dropping back, it's rising. Unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Utah! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
On to attempt the try. And after the extra point, they cut the lead in half, down 14-7. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. First down to start the drive after the break. Quick handoff. At the 35, he's open. All kinds of running room. Past the 20. Touchdown, Arizona. And once he got loose, it was all over.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Clemson had an impressive showing there in Death Valley, winning this one by double digits, although it felt like it could have been more. Somewhere even Trevor Lawrence is impressed with this one. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Utah has it back on the offense coming onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Right down the middle. He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Offenses are doing such a great job now with putting so many wide receivers on the field that they get good matchups and they just attack you to make big plays.
Takes the handoff. It's Bernard. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their...
And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
And defensive backs, you think, don't have good hands. The big fella shows it. How about that defensive back going up and getting the interception? Nice job breaking on the football. You say that's why you play defense, because you don't have hands? Yeah, I beg to differ.
Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed. They're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, David. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
Yeah, and get the ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup.
All right, defense, it ain't working.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. They are dialed in on this drive, a couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. They'll try the run. Can't get him to the ground.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Oh, this defense wants to bring some pressure. To the air, it's Fafita. Using his feet to buy time. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Quick pass on the fly motion. Really nice run. Rips off 6 on the play, but it brings up a 4th and 2.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead of him.
Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5, and they'll try to get this drive started. Standing in his own end zone, looking to throw. Got his man quickly. You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
Caught in the backfield, it's McClain. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Bunch formation, trying to confuse the secondary. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Back to throw, it's rising. Pressure coming. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Fires to the right. Picked off. And after the interception and the turnover, this defense has set its offense up for business.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. Getting late here in the 1st half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed.
And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. Touchdown, Arizona! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
We'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Going for the big play. Throwing down the sideline, and it's a big play down the right side.
And you just could not allow that to happen defensively, giving up a big play like that. They're going to need to now play with some sense of urgency if they're not going to give up any points here before the end of the half.
Whole situation changed after that last big play. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 39. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He wants to throw. He's not afraid to go deep. Working the middle. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating his guy and making an accurate throw.
And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. To the air, it's rising. Usually see better timing between this senior quarterback and his receivers. That one well behind him.
Just don't feel like the quarterback's in a rhythm so far. He's had accuracy issues. That last throw was underthrown, but we've seen bad decisions, trying to force the football in places it just shouldn't go, and that's why he's already thrown multiple interceptions.
Touchdown, Utes! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
Man, nice job getting the passing game going. This is big, man. Going into the half, and listen, I know you're trailing, but building some momentum. Maybe this second half, we keep airing the football out, cutting into this deficit, and who knows what the heck will happen.
So they got the touchdown now, going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. From back of the end zone, he'll bring it out. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. Now you find out just how much of a gunslinger you are. Will you roll the dice here late in the half, Dave?
And you know the defense is going to be really, really conservative, so I think it's an opportunity to be able to take a shot, see how much of a chunk you can get before then you decide really, Jesse, how you want to finish the half.
Just can't turn it over and throw a pick through the quarterback here. You've got to be so smart if you're going to be aggressive with your decision.
Leaves it with the running back. And the defense snows him under after a very short game. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. All teed up and ready to go here in the second half. He's going to bring it out from deep. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
So far, everything's just seemed to work for this offense when they've wanted to run the football. Regardless of what down and distance it is, they're able to get it done. Up front, getting a lot of push, and these backs are finding the holes.
Trying to find his man on first down. Catch in the middle. It's McMillan. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. To the air, it's Fafita. What a job to lay out and make the catch. And he unleashed the RPMs on that pass. Man, this sophomore has an arm.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
As an offense, you've got the lead, you've had success running the football. You hope that this play is just the blip, because you know you're going to have to lean on your bell cow running back to ice this game and close it out.
On second down, wants to throw. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. He'll call for the fair catch here. Utah has it back and the offense coming onto the field. They cut into the deficit the last time they had it, forced the punt, and now they can really make this a game.
And you're right back in this thing. You're creating some momentum. You got the score. You got the stop. This offense, Jesse, has a chance now to make this an absolute barn burner of a ball game.
Yeah, it's one play at a time, though, right? You're not going to get it all back in one play. Just go out, do your job, execute, keep this thing going down the field. And if things go well, like David said, we've got a game.
And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down.
I know it's something we take for granted, guys, but the Q did a great job there with the play-action fake. He really took his time and sold it. And that's what froze the linebackers in the second level of the defense to help make that completion a whole lot easier.
Looking for space. It's Bernard. And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. The Utes want to move quickly. Wide receiver coming across in motion. He's looking for a man on second down. Makes a connection. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
When I have all that speed on the field, I got to find a favorable matchup. They're all across the board. Which guy do I know can win? Man-to-man coverage, you can see that guy can win on that play.
And the Utes come to the line with a new set of downs. A designed run for the quarterback. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
They're working that left side. He's loose. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
Wide receiver now comes in motion. Back to throw. It's Rising. Setting up the screen. No siree. Not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
I like the play call offensively. I know they lost yards on that one, but you want to try to get this running back the ball in different ways, right? Handing it off, getting him out in the route tree, trying to sneak in some screen passes too.
On second down, he'll let it fly. It's complete to the right. And they'll stop him inside the 5, but the defense is backed up in the shadow of its own goalpost.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
This offense simply has to pay this off on 3rd and goal. They desperately need a touchdown. He caught it! Touchdown, Utah! A Lazarus-like comeback is underway.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
He's got it in the end zone for the 2, but will it stand? There is a flag down. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. First down for this offense. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Out of the gun to give to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Wants to throw. It's Fafita. Looking left. That is just a sideline credit. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
They think there's room to run to the right here. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? That's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over a hundo on the game, but this defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stopping that bad man.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. And it's intercepted. A huge fourth-quarter play for this defense.
Man, we needed that so bad. The football had to get a stop, forcing a turnover. Best-case scenario, offense back on the field, trailing in the 4th quarter. Time to go win.
The Utah offense returns ready to go back on the attack. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Looking downfield, it's Rising. Outside the pocket, lets it go. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
What a big play this one could be. Tight game, getting late, 3rd and long coming up. He rifles one deep to the left. And that is his 5th interception. If he comes out to try for 6, he'll be lucky. Looking for... And oh no, he loses the ball at the end of the run. They recover their own fumble. How in the world did the offense avoid that disaster?
I got to tell you, man, I'm impressed. Not with the throw, not with the decision, but how the offense flew around after the interception, getting to the ball, David, and creating that fumble.
And I think the QB breathing a big sigh of relief. He thought he made a game-changing pick, but how about flying to the football, like you said, making the tackle, getting the football out, recovering it, and, you know, getting a first down. That's how you do it.
It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. He's looking to throw it. That's caught. It's McClain. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the right. He makes a catch. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
On the run, it's Glover. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
This running back was not going to be denied. Nice blocking up front to create a hole for this running back, and he was able to take advantage.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Cincinnati overcame a tough opponent, and not only that, a raucous crowd. The Bearcats tuned out all the noise and showed this team can win on its field, your field, or a neutral field. Well done. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Scanning the field, it's Fafita. Going to try to get it himself. Hey, get him on the ground. Didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Snap from the gun on 3rd down. He lost one down the sideline. Snags it on the right. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets him 30-plus. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. They go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
He's got his man. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. Quarterback extends the play. And he can't find anyone open, and down he goes. A sack here late in the 4th.
And that's exactly what this defense needed. They needed to have something positive. Giving up some yardage, they've given up some plays, no big deal. Got right back in it on this drive with that big sack.
Arizona runs out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the punt will go into the end zone, and the ball comes out to the 20 on the touchback. Utah has it back, and the offense coming onto the field. A pretty good bit of ground to cover here, Jesse, but they've got some time to work with.
They do, so tempo is going to be important. You got to go fast. You just got to make good.
And this is going to be intercepted. A big play in a tie game. Touchdown, Arizona. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense.
And at this juncture of the game, one play is going to make the difference. It's going to be a momentum-changing play. Who's going to come up with it that time, Pollock? It's the pick 6 to break the tie.
And the defense, you're thinking, get a stop, get a stop. This is late in the 4th quarter. This is how we're going to get a win. Our offense is going to go down the field. No, they get the turnover, they force it, and they get to the end zone to create the massive game-changing play.
Got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Oh, he tosses it back. Getting some heat. He just got rid of the football. I'm not sure what he was doing, and they're going to get him for grounding. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Rising. Fires left. Wide open downfield. The offense uses a timeout, 20 ticks remaining.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in the pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Offense uses a timeout, 17 seconds left on the clock.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. 1st down.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Oh, look out, there he goes. At the 30. The 10. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Utes. And they're going to go for 2 and try to decide it right now. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. If they make the extra point, we'll be tied headed to halftime. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the fourth. Here comes the kickoff as we are all tied up in the fourth quarter. On the run from inside his own 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. They've got him pinned back, and they're trying to rattle their eardrums. Listen to this crowd. Oh, he's looking to throw. A strike downfield. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. All wideouts, no backs. Looking to pass. It's Fafita. Throws to the tight end. He's got it. He makes the catch. He's knocked down immediately, but they'll have a goal-to-go situation from the 8. Wants to go up top. Unleashes to the end zone. He was open, he had it, and he dropped it. Would have been a touchdown. Instead, it's second down.
Well, I love the coverage on defense. In the red zone, everyone's got their eyes on the quarterback, and they're flying to the football, and you saw that there on the incompletion.
These fans raising the volume on second and goal. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on third down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on third down.
Looking to throw on third and goal. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. They'll try to put 3 on the board and take the lead in overtime. And that is no good. And after the miss, the only hope is to get a stop and play another round of overtime. First down, and they'll win it with any kind of score here in overtime. They'll try the left side. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. They must protect the football here. They're already well within range of a game-winning field goal attempt. With the run on first and goal. He got it in, and the celebration is on. A walk-off touchdown in OT.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.